Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News.
Good afternoon. Welcome back to WKYT News at noon.
The search continues today for two inmates who escaped from a jailer.
Dallas and John Trent jumped out of the jailer's van while they were on their way from a court appearance in Wolfe County back to the jail in Lee County yesterday. WKYT's Sam Smith is tracking the search for them. It's our top story at 12:30.
The Three Forks Regional Jail still has 2 fewer inmates. Kentucky State Police are asking for the public's help to find Dallas and John Trent. Here are their photos. We're told they escaped yesterday from a prison van. The Trents were in court in Wolfe County, and we're told they escaped when they were being transported back to the jail in Lee County. We're told a vehicle that was in front of the jail's van slowed down. Then the inmates jumped from the van. State police say it's believed that one of the inmates slipped off his handcuffs and was able to unlock the door. Both men are described as about 5'7" and 140 pounds and wearing white t-shirts. They were in jail on robbery charges. Now again, if you see the Trents, they're asked to contact police. In Lee County, Sam Smith, WKYT.
Sam, thank you. And state police say there is no reason to believe that they are armed, but they say they could be dangerous.
A father is in jail accused of shaking his infant. Sean Wilson is charged with criminal abuse. According to an arrest citation, he shook his 8-month-old son because he was frustrated the child wouldn't stop crying. The infant is in the ICU at Kentucky Children's Hospital. Now, Wilson will be appearing in court in about half an hour. State police want to find a man involved in a shootout with an officer. It happened when the officer went to serve an arrest warrant on Matthew Grider on Sand Knob Road in Casey County.
State police tell us that Grider and the officer exchanged gunfire before Grider took off running into the woods. The officer was not hurt. Police are not sure if Grider was shot. State police are asking everyone in that area to be on the lookout for him. Well, the power is back on in Berea following a morning outage. The city manager there says they lost their feed from Kentucky Utilities, which affected 2 substations. About 40% of customers there lost power. They did have a problem when they turned the substations back on. That has now been fixed. Most customers should have power back on this afternoon. They delayed school in Madison County today as a result. Well, it is game day for the Wildcats. UK faces West Virginia tonight for a spot in the Elite Eight.
Now, while the Cats prepare for the big game, the city is getting ready for what could happen after it ends. As WKYT's Hillary Thornton shows us, some areas near campus are now under a special notice to reduce the chances of any post-game problems.
Since the emergency area notice is now in effect, city crews spent the morning out here along UK's off-campus housing areas looking for code violations, particularly couches outdoors. It is all calm out here in the State Street area with tip-off still several hours away. The only sight of students right now are those going to classes. However, there is plenty of activity with city trucks hauling away several couches and other items that could be a source of fires following a UK victory. City officials monitoring the area say they have found a few of what they call stockpiles of multiple couches stacked up just waiting for the celebration. Even though they have had a busy morning, they say everything is in much better shape than previous years. And while they are hoping for the same result as in 2012, they are not hoping for a repeat of some of those celebrations. City leaders say safety is obviously their main focus, and they want students to still have fun and enjoy this time, but do so responsibly. Now, there will also be no parking allowed out here along these streets beginning at 6 o'clock this evening, and that runs through 6 o'clock in the morning. In Lexington, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Thank you, Hillary. The emergency area notice is in effect until the morning after the championship game. And remember, you can see the game right here on WKYT. It starts about 9:45. We're getting you ready with a half-hour special tonight at 6:30 on the CW Lexington.
We have word that bridge construction will close an eastern Kentucky road starting next week. The Transportation Cabinet says Gifford Road will be closed beginning Monday. That's part of the Mountain Parkway expansion in Magoffin County. The closure will speed up construction of the bridge, which will be part of a new interchange around mile marker 70 there of the parkway. That's about 5 miles west of Salyersville.
We have a sad update this afternoon to a story we first told you about last summer. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office says State Trooper Jason Van Hook lost his battle with cancer. He died yesterday after battling the disease for a year. He served with both Kentucky State Police and the Laurel County Sheriff's Office during his career. Well, doctors have a new way to predict heart disease.
Plus, an ingredient used in toothpaste may not prevent tooth decay. Ebony Williams has the details in this Better Living report.
Doctors will soon have a new tool to predict your risk for heart disease. Researchers have developed a model that estimates the 10-year risk for deadly cardiovascular disease in nearly a dozen countries. It will be available later this year. Young children with autism are more likely to have gastrointestinal problems. That's according to a new Columbia University study. Researchers found mothers of children with autism were twice as likely to report gastrointestinal symptoms in children up to 3 years old. And a popular sweetener in sugar-free gum and toothpaste may not prevent cavities. British researchers found that while xylitol is less harmful to teeth, there's little evidence it prevents tooth decay. Those are some of the day's top health stories. Ebony Williams, CBS News, New York.
All right, good to have you along, and there's a lot more coming up on WKYT News. If you want the warmth and the waves, but not the drive this spring break, hey, we have an option for you that's close by.
Also, the Bluegrass Opera presents its annual Easter celebration and laughs from comedian Nick Griffin, who's performing at Comedy Off-Broadway.
Some big-time cold air flying through the region, now dropping those temperatures in the southern zones the rest of the afternoon. Now, this cold air will stick around for quite some time, dropping us 10 to 20 degrees below average. I'll show you when that moves on out coming up.